Good morning, dear students. I am here again for chapter 2, Mendelism. So, Mendel, Gregor John Mendel, who is known as father of genetics. In this lecture, we are discussing the work of the Mendel on pea plant, Pisum sativum. In the previous lecture, we already finished some genetical terminologies, right from gene to the genome, selection of experimental material, monohybrid cross, law of dominance. So, in the previous lecture, we already studied the Mendel's consideration regarding the selection of experimental material that possesses certain points, for example, reproduction, variation, convenience in handling. Next to this is the monohybrid cross. So, when a cross is made for a single pair of contrasting character, such cross is called as the monohybrid cross. So, in this cross only one character has been considered. For example, a cross is made between tall and dwarf parents or the plants. So, here only one character, that is height, has been considered, and a pair of contrasting characters are tall and dwarf. So, such cross are called as the monohybrid crosses. Next to this is the law of dominance. So, I am going to recall this law of dominance. This law states that in crossing between pure, we also call it as homozygous organisms for a pair of contrasting characters, only one character of the pairs appear in the first filial generation. So, according to this law, when a cross is made for a pair of contrasting characters between two parents, only one character of the pairs appears in the first filial generation or F1 generation. So, the character which is expressed in F1 generation is known as dominant, while the other not expressed is known as the recessive one. So, to explain this, Mendel made a monohybrid cross between tall and dwarf pea plants. Then in F1 generation only tall plants has been appeared. But when the F1 progeny were allowed to be self-fertilized, both tall and dwarf characters appeared in the F2 generation or second filial generation. We are discussing the law of dominance when Mendel made a monohybrid cross between tall and dwarf plant. So, only tall plants has been appeared in F1 generation. So, Mendel said that when a cross is made for a single pair of character, only one character of the pairs appear in F1 generation. So, in this cross of tall and dwarf plant, the genotype is capital T for tall plant, small t for dwarf plant. During gametogenesis, the gametes are formed, it receive the allele. Tall plants gametes receive the allele capital T, while dwarf plant receive the allele small t. The union, when the union takes place between the gametes during fertilization, it produces the F1 generation having a genotype capital T small t. So, all tall plants has been appeared in F1 generation. So, from this cross, Mendel stated that when a cross is made for a single pair of character, only one character of the pairs appeared in F1 generation. So, here the parents are tall and dwarf. So, this is a pair of contrasting character. Out of this, only one character has been appear in F1 generation. So, this is the law of dominance. So, in F1 hybrid, the character of tallness dominates or conceals the character of dwarfness. So, the character of dwarfness could not express itself in F1 generation. So, we say tall character is a dominant character. So, the character which express itself, that is in this cross tall in F1 generation, is called by Mendel as dominant character, while the character which remain unexpressed or latent had been called recessive characters. When the F1 is self pollinated or self fertilized, I am using a single word. When the selfing of F1, it produces the gametes having the allele capital T and small t. So, two types of gametes are formed, one having capital T, another having the small t. So when the combinations has been made, so 4 possible combinations are occurred here, as a result of which it produced the 4 types of individuals that we referred it as F2 progeny. So one is capital T, 2 are capital T, small t, and the remaining one is small t, small t. So this is the genotype of F2 generation individual. So the phenotypic ratio, so the genotypic ratio is 1:2, 2:1. If we see the phenotype of these individuals, there are 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant. So the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. So this is the law of dominance. So this law states that when pure or homozygous parents differs in a pair of contrasting characters are crossed, only one character has been appeared in F1 generation. So this dominant character completely masks the phenotypic expression of the recessive character. So that we say the tall character is dominant and dwarf is recessive in this cross. So the dominant character, that is the tall, completely masks the phenotypic expression of the dwarf character. So dwarf plants are not appear in F1 generation. So this is referred as complete dominance. Now the next point is the incomplete dominance. So what happen in this case? Sometimes in a heterozygous, the dominant allele does not completely mask the phenotypic expression of the recessive allele, and this occurs an intermediate phenotype in the heterozygote. This is called incomplete dominance. So what happen here? When a cross is made for a single pair of contrasting character, here again we are consider the monohybrid cross. The dominant allele does not completely mask the phenotypic expression of the recessive allele. So due to this, what happen? An intermediate phenotype has been appeared in the F1 generation or in the heterozygote. This is called incomplete dominance. So for that, if you consider an example, when a red flowered pea plant having a genotype capital R is crossed with white flowered pea plant having genotype small r, then what happen? Then the F1 hybrid pea plants are found to have pink flowers. So an intermediate phenotype. So according to the law of dominance, what should happen here when a cross is made between red flowered pea plant and white flowered pea plant in F1 generation? It should having red flowered pea plants. But according to the incomplete dominance, what we get in F1 hybrid? It having pink flowered pea plants. So it shows that gene for red colored could not completely dominate the gene for white color. In such case, F2 phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratios are same. So here what happen? When a cross is made between red flowered pea plant and white flowered pea plant, the genotype for red flowered pea plant is capital R, white flowered pea plant it is small r. So when you take a notebook, you can write like this: parents. Which are the parents? Red flowered, it is crossed with white flowered. The genotype is, what is the genotype? Capital R cross with small r. This is the genotype. Capital RR for red flower, small rr for white flower. So the gametes are haploid. It receives only one allele. So from capital RR, the gamete contain only capital R, and from small rr, the gametes contain only small r, because gametes are haploid. After union, it forms the F1 hybrid or F1 heterozygote. It is capital R and small r. So this is the genotype. So what is the phenotype? It is pink colored. So according to the law of dominance, which color should be appear in F1 generation? That is the red color, because red colored flowers are dominates over the white colored flowers. But an intermediate phenotype has been appeared in F1 hybrid. So this is the incomplete dominance. So according to the incomplete dominance, in heterozygote, dominant allele does not completely mask the phenotypic expression of the recessive allele, and there occurs an intermediate phenotype in the heterozygote. So this is the case where a monohybrid cross has been made between red flowered pea plant and white flowered pea plant in F1 generation. An intermediate phenotype, that is the pink colored or pink flowered pea plants, has been obtained. When this F1R self means it has been inbreeded, the capital R small r cross with capital R small r. So that we said as a selfing or self fertilization. The pollen from the same flower has been dusted on the or falls on the stigma of the same flower, that is called as self pollination. So F1 is self, it produces two types of gametes, some receive capital R, some receive the allele small r. So the possible combinations in this case, the F1 is self. So what we write here, capital R small r cross with capital R small r. The gametes in this case, there are two types of gametes, capital R small r, again capital R small r. Now these are the gametes for male parent, these are for the female parent. So by this combination, how many individuals we get here? 2 into 2, that is the 4. So if we make a checkerboard, we found that there are 4 possible combinations. Suppose this is a male side, the below this is the female side, the male having the allele capital R and small r, while the female having the allele capital R and small r. Okay, so this is a checkerboard or Punnett square. So what is the combination? Capital R, capital R. So what we write here? Capital R, capital R. Here again capital R, small r. We get capital R, small r. Now small r, capital R, small r, capital R. We write in reverse order. Capital R, we write capital first, capital R, small r. Here small r, small r. So after the union, these 4 types of F2 individuals has been formed in the genotypic ratio of 1:2, 2:1, while the phenotypic ratio is also same. This capital R, it is red. Capital R, small r, this is pink. Similarly, capital R, small r, this is also pink. Small r, this one is white. So the genotypic ratio is 1 capital R, 2 capital R, small r, and 1 small r, while the phenotypic ratio is 1 red, 2 pink, and 1 white. So this is the monohybrid cross between red flowered pea plant and white flowered pea plant. So every time you have to write on the notebook like this: parents, genotype, gametes, F1 hybrid, F1 self. The gametes produced, you should have to make the gametes that receive the different types of allele from the parent. So here the parent is capital R, small r. So the gametes receive, some gametes receive capital R, some gametes receive small r. Here is also the same case. We say it is selfing, means the pollens has been falls on the stigma of the same flower. So this is the self pollination. So that we write capital R small r cross with capital R small r. Here is a cross pollination. The pollens from the white flowered pea plant has been dusted on the stigma of the red flowered pea plant. So we write the different genotype here: capital R cross with small r small r. These F2 generation combinations has been made after selfing as by using a checkerboard. This one is the male side, this one is the female side. These gametes allele I am put in the table: capital R small r. So this capital R small r by combination capital R we write here. This capital R small r we write here. Small r capital R by reshuffling it as capital R small r small r small r. Capital, here is a small r small r. So four types of individuals has been formed. One is capital R, 2R, capital R, small r. One is small r, small r. So from this we write a genotypic ratio. One is capital R, 2R, capital R, small r. One is small r, small r. The phenotypic ratio is this capital R, it is red. Capital R, small r, this one is pink. There is also pink. Small r, white. Okay, so the phenotypic ratio is 1 red, 2 pink and 1 white. So this is about the monohybrid cross that has been made for a single pair of contrasting character, that is the red flower and white flower. So this is about the incomplete dominance. So what incomplete dominance showed that when a cross is made for a single pair of character, the dominant character does not completely mask the phenotypic expression of the recessive allele in the heterozygote. There occurs an intermediate phenotype in the heterozygote. So in this example, when a red flower pea plant is crossed with white flowered pea plant, an intermediate phenotype has been appeared in F1 hybrid, that is pink flowered pea plant. So it shows that the gene for red color could not completely dominate the gene for white color. In such crosses, if you get the F2 progeny, the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio of F2 progeny is same. Okay, so this is about incomplete dominance. Next to this is the law of segregation. So this law states that the hybrids or heterozygotes of F1 generation have two contrasting characters or allelomorphs of dominant and recessive nature. So that we seen in the previous cross also, the F1 hybrid having both alleles, dominant and recessive. For example, here in a cross between red flowered pea plant and white flowered pea plant, the F1 hybrid formed having the allele capital R and small r both. It is referred as heterozygote. So this law states that the heterozygote of F1 generation have two contrasting characters or allelomorphs of dominant and recessive natures. These alleles though remain together for long time but do not contaminate or mix with each other. So what happened here? The hybrid of F1 generation have two contrasting characters or allelomorphs of dominant and recessive nature. These alleles though remain together for long time but do not contaminate or mix with each other. They do not contaminate or mixed with each other and separate or segregate at the time of gametogenesis. So the each gamete receive only one allele of characters either dominant or recessive. So what happen here? The heterozygote of F1 generation have two types of alleles. One is dominant, another one is recessive. These alleles though remain together for long time but do not contaminate or mix with each other. These alleles get separate or segregate at the time of gametogenesis when F1 is self. So the each gamete receive only one allele of characters either dominant or recessive. So this law said that whether the hybrid possesses dominant and recessive alleles together, but these alleles whether they are living for a long time with each other but do not contaminate or mix. While during the formation of gametes, that is gametogenesis, these allele get separate or segregate. So as a result of this, each gamete receive only one allele of characters either dominant or recessive. Let's see. For the proper understanding of this law of segregation, it is also called as purity of gametes. It will be helpful to study the one of the Mendel's monohybrid cross. So for this Mendel's cross, a pure yellow seed variety of garden pea with the pure green seed variety. Now, all the F1 seed obtained from the cross were yellow. So this shows the dominance of yellow color of the seed over the green color. The characters of green seed didn't appear at all in the F1 hybrid. So this shows the complete dominance of yellow color over green color. So what happened here? Mendel made a cross between two parent, one is yellow seeded, another one is green seeded. The genotype of yellow seeded plant, it is capital Y, green seeded plant, it is small y, small y. During gamete formation, it received the allele. For yellow seeded parents, it is capital Y, for green seeded parent, it is small y. When the fertilization occurs, that is, what is fertilization? The union of gametes. It produces the F1 hybrid having capital Y and small y. The phenotype of F1 hybrid, it is yellow. Why it is yellow? Because yellow color dominates over the green color. It shows the dominance. So only yellow seeded progeny has been obtained in the F1 generation. Okay. Now the F1 heterozygote possesses both allele, dominant as well as recessive. The dominant is capital Y, recessive is a small y. So it possesses both the alleles of dominant and recessive nature. These alleles in F1 generation, in F1 hybrid, remain together for long time but do not contaminate or mix with each other. So then what happen? It separate or segregate during gamete formation. So the F1 hybrid on cell pollination produce a mixture of the progeny having yellow and green seed in the F1 generation having approximate ratio of 3:1. This shows that green color only disappeared in the F1 hybrid but wasn't completely lost as it reappeared in the F1 generation in the 1:4 of the seeds. So what happened? Both the allele capital Y and small I remain together for a long time but they do not affect each other. Neither they mix or contaminate because a gamete contains only one chromosome of homologous pair. Hence, each gamete carries single allele capital Y and small y. So what happened here? The F1 is when self means self pollination is here, capital Y, small y cross with capital Y, small y. So once anyone say that F1 is self, we write it similar, capital Y, small y cross with capital Y, small. The F2 progeny, what we get? In F2 progeny, we get three types of genotypes. One is capital Y, two are capital Y, small y, and one is the small y by using a checkered board, that we seen in the previous slide also. So this one is the female side, this one is the male side, these are the gametes possessing allele. So the fusion of the gametes takes place in a 4 possible combination. So this capital Y and the capital Y from the male side fuse with each other to form a genotype capital Y, capital Y. Here again capital Y, small y, it form the genotype capital Y, small y. Now again small y, capital Y, the genotype is capital Y, small y. Small y, the genotype is small y, small y. If you see the phenotype, this capital Y, capital Y, capital Y, small y, these are yellow individuals, while small y, these are green individual. So the phenotypic ratio is 3 yellow and 1 green, while the genotypic ratio is 1 capital Y, 2 capital Y, small y, and 1 small y, small y. So what happen in the law of segregation? In heterozygote or hybrid, it possesses both dominant and recessive allele. They do not mix each other, they live for a long period of time, but they do not mix or contaminate each other, they do not affect each other, neither they mix or contaminate, but during gamete formation they get separate or segregate. So this is the law of segregation. Here in F1 generation, in F1 hybrid, the green color has been disappeared because of the dominance of yellow color, but this green color reappeared in the F2 progeny. So the allele for green color, that is the small y, it is present in the F1 hybrid, but it do not contaminate or mix with each other. They get separate or segregate during gamete formation. So this green color reappeared in the F2 generation. Okay, so this is the law of segregation. So at the time of gametogenesis, that is during gamete formation, two types of gametes are produced by F1 hybrid in equal numbers. Half of the gametes carry the allele Y, other half carry the allele small y. These gametes during the process of fertilization can unite in 3 possible combination like capital Y, small y, and small y to produce the 3 types of individuals in F2 generation. Thus in F2 generation 75% individuals have yellow seeds and 25 individuals having green seeds. So the appearance of green color in F2 generation indicates that in the hybrid the allele small y for green color remains along with the allele capital Y for yellow color, but does not mix it or contaminated by it, and it separates or segregates during gamete formation. So in F2 progeny we found the green color. So the reappearance of the green color in the F2 generation indicates that in the F1 hybrid the allele Y for green color remains along with the allele capital Y for yellow color, but does not mix or contaminated by it. It separates or segregates during gamete formation when F1 is selved. So this is the law of segregation. So what is the law of segregation? The hybrids or heterozygotes of F1 generation have two contrasting characters or allelomorphs of dominant and recessive nature. These alleles though remain together for a long time but do not contaminate or mix with each other and separate or segregate at the time of gametogenesis. So the each gamete receives only one allele of characters, either dominant or recessive. So that we seen in this cross of yellow seed and green seed parents. In F1 both dominant and recessive alleles are present. They remain together but do not contaminate or mix with each other, and they get separate or segregate during gamete formation. So each gamete receive a single allele of whether dominant or recessive nature. That we also seen here. From the male side we seen that one gamete receive capital Y, another one gamete receive the small y. So they get segregate or separate during gamete formation. So as a result of the combination of these two alleles, we get the 4 progeny in F2 generation. So one of the progeny is green color. So the reappearance of the green color shows that this allele for green color, that is small y, that get segregate during gamete formation. Okay, so this is about the law of segregation. Be safe, stay home. Thank you.